Hi, students. Glad you came to school today. I have a very special book to read to you. It's called Tito Puente, the Mambo King. And there he is. There's the front. There's the back. Now, I'm going to read the back to you, but I got to put my glasses on. It says here on the back, it says here, my father was an inspiration to many generations of Latin music fans worldwide. This book is a testament to that. Now his name and likeness will reach a brand new group of young fans who will rediscover his genius and talent. And then it has it in Spanish. Here it is in English. Here it is in Spanish. And now down here it says, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, clap your hands for Tito Puente. The Mambo King plays and sways as people dance the mambo, the rumba, and the cha-cha-cha. Okay, I'm going to try to read this one in Spanish. So let's see how it goes. Damas y caballeros, niños y niñas, aplaudan a Tito Puente. El rey del mambo toca su música y se balancea mientras la audiencia baila el mambo, la rumba, y el cha-cha-cha. There you go. So the whole book is in Spanish and English. So like it says here, Mambo King, but then in Spanish it says Rey del Mambo. So there we go. Let's go. And we get to the title page. Like the same picture? Yeah. All right. And it says here, same thing, only it says that the author is Monica Brown and the illustrator is Rafael Lopez. Okay, so here he is. Now, he plays a unique type of drum called a timbales. It's not like a full drum kit with the bass and this, and he really is heavy on the cowbells. These are called cowbells, and it's his signature sound. But he doesn't play like a typical drum set like you see in a rock band. And here we go. Here's the dedication page. It looks like the stage of a theater. But there's a little dedication I want to read to you. It says, oh, I like this. It says, to those who, despite budget cuts, that means not a lot of money, nurture children with the love of music in public schools. And nurture means to help somebody grow up, to care for them, to love them, and to care for them. And it says, the love of music in public schools. And you're in public school, and that's why I try to teach you guys to dance. And you guys were singing that song every once in a while. I heard you guys singing Suavemente once in a while. So that's part of what I'm into. All right, here they are in Harlem, New York. It used to be kind of a bad area, a slum they used to call it, but now it's much, much better. And it's a cultural hotspot. And that's where Tito Puente grew up, in Harlem, New York. It was also called Uptown, so I guess it's north of Manhattan. It's on the Manhattan Island. All right, I got to read to you. It says, before he could walk, Tito was making music. He banged spoons and forks on pots and pans, windowsills and cans. And there he is as a little kid banging things with his spoon. Now, in Spanish it says, oh boy, I'm going to try this. Aún antes de caminar, Tito ya hacía música, usaba cucharas y tenedores para golpear ollas y sartenas, alfienzares y latas. Tum-tic, tum-tica, tac-tic, tum-tic, tom-tom. And there's this, that's New York City, Uptown, Harlem. And that's the apartment that his mother raised him in. is the next page. And it says here, he was so loud, his neighbors in Spanish Harlem said, "Get that boy some music lessons," and that's exactly what his mother did. Okay, so now we see him at the music teacher's house, or maybe studio, and there's some interesting things in this picture. Can you see them? Like, for example, this thing right here. Kind of looks like a clock called a metronome. And what it does, it goes tick tock, like a clock kind of, but louder, a lot louder. And it keeps time. You can set it to how fast you want it to go. You can go tick tock, or go tick tock. You can set it. It's a timing device to train him to learn his timing on his timbales. Here's written music. He's also, this is the teacher, the music teacher. He's teaching him how to read music, which is very important. And there's the cat and the parrot, and there's a piano. And there he is, learning how to play the timbales. Very interesting. All right, let's move on. All right, here we go. Says here, Tito loved to dance too. You know, I like dancing. It says in Spanish, a Tito también le encantaba bailar. And here he is dancing. His shoes are going tap, tippy, tap, tip, tap, tap. And then the people, the neighbors in the street are going, wow, look at that guy dance. All right, next page. It says here, every year his church held a Stars of the Future contest. That's like a talent contest. Little Tito danced and spun and tapped and drummed. And Tito won. He was named King of the Stars. Over the years, Tito became king 4 times. Okay, so here it is. Kind of looks like they had the talent show at a church. This kind of looks like a church to me. In New York City, probably. And there he is. Looks like someone who loves him, his uncle or father or older brother, hoisted him up in the air, and this cat's holding his hand and says, El Rey. That means the king. So he was very talented. And now, let's see where he's going. Oh, he's getting older now. He's growing up. Now he's playing baseball. Bam, slam. When he wasn't playing music, Tito played baseball with sticks on the streets of his neighborhood. So actually he's not playing, it is baseball, but it's called stickball. It's a kind of street baseball that you play in the streets. And you use a skinny stick instead of a bat. It's just like a broomstick. It's just like a broomstick without the broom on it. Right? And then the ball is also smaller. It's not a real baseball. It's a small rubber ball. And the kids would play ball in the streets of New York, just like that, streets of Harlem. But they did have mitts, I noticed. See the mitts? You know what mitts are? The leather gloves you wear to catch the ball. But this ball is much smaller than a regular baseball. But I've seen videos of kids playing that. It's a lot of fun. It's just like baseball, but with, they didn't have fancy equipment. They had to make their own bat and ball. All right, but here we go. He's growing up. He's becoming a young man now. And it says here, Tito performed at parties, restaurants, and clubs. His first band was called Los Happy Boys, and their music made people happy. Tito tocaba en fiestas, restaurantes y clubes nocturnos. Su primera banda se llamaba Los Happy Boys. Su música hacía que la gente se sintiera feliz. So everybody's happy because he played music that was real upbeat, up-tempo, exciting, and made you want to dance. And at the end of this book, I'm going to play some of his music for you. And there he is. Notice how he still has a unique set of drums. They're called timbales. They're not the typical type of drum. They originated in Cuba. All right. Uh-oh, he's getting on a boat. He's on a boat now. What's going on? What do you predict? What do you predict is going to happen or has happened? I predict he joined the Navy, the U.S. Navy. During World War II, Tito was in the Navy. He joined the ship's band and learned to play the saxophone and write music. After the war, Tito went to the Juilliard School of Music and dreamed of having his own band. Wow, I didn't know he went to Juilliard. Juilliard is the most famous school if you want to become an entertainer. Actors, actresses, musicians, playwrights. Juilliard's a top school, and it's in the city of New York. And believe me, it's not cheap to go there, but somehow he pulled it off. He went to Juilliard and became an even better musician. Now he's playing the saxophone, right, and writing music. And he survived World War II in the Navy. He served our country. He's a veteran. All right, let's go. Now we're back in New York City, and there's a famous nightclub called the Palladium. You guys know what a nightclub is? The place that people go to relax and dance and hear music. It says, on weekends, Tito played magical mambos and beautiful cha-chas with different band in the Palladium Ballroom in New York City. People loved dancing to salsa and the rhythms of Tito and his timbales. Still, he wished he could be the band leader. See this little sign here? It says, Hoy, tonight. Hoy means tonight in Spanish. Okay. And it is nighttime. See the stars? I like this book. All right, but I can't turn the page right. There we go. Got it. All right, here's the next page. All right, it says here, Tito's dream finally came true when he led his very own big band, the Tito Puente Orchestra. He wrote music and recorded more than 100 albums. He made music with Celia Cruz, Santana, and La Lupe. And here you go. That's a great picture. All right, so here's Santana. Wait. Yeah, here's Santana. You've heard of him. He's kind of a Latin rock musician. And here's La Lupe, and here's the fabulous Celia Cruz. And she's amazing. I saw her in concert in Los Angeles one time. I can't describe how wonderful she is. But she sure can sing. All right, here we go. We got more. I'm not sure what this is all about, though. It says here, when the Tito Puente Orchestra played, the tambourines sounded like rain on metal roofs. So here is what I just read. In the old days, well, still sometimes they made the roofs out of metal, sheet metal. And when it rained, it really made a lot of noise. It was loud inside. And it sounded like this instrument called the tambourine. And then on the next page, it says, the horns blew high and loud and strong. The claves smacked, click, clackety, clackety, clack, clack. And everyone's feet began tappity, tap. Best of all, Tito played the timbales. All right, so here he is up here now. The hair has turned gray. He's still playing the timbales. These little heavy wooden sticks are called claves, and you clack them together to create a rhythm. When you're doing Latin salsa type music, I have several pairs. In fact, I keep a pair in my room. Wow, here's the big finale. Look at him. His hair turned gray though. It says here, in 1979, Tito won a very special award called a Grammy, the first of 5. It was a way of saying, thank you, Tito. Thank you, Mambo King. Thank you for making us want to dance and sing. Okay, so a Grammy Award is an award they give you in music. There's a picture of one. It looks like an old-fashioned phonograph. And he won 5 Grammy Awards for his music. That's like really great. And he really got the recognition he deserved. There's a plane up in the sky. So, and he's looked over New York City. There's a hot air balloon like in Albuquerque. And yeah, he really became a star. And now let's see what happened next. Oh boy. A lot going on here. All right. It says here, the dancers twirled, the lights swirled, and the mambo went on and on. So here he is. People are dancing. He loves to do this. And look at his face. You got to get a job, students, that you love to do. And I love being a teacher, so I'm happy. And he was happy too. Tito Puente. There's an actual picture of him. Now I'm going to read what it says to you. It says, Ernest Anthony Puente Jr. was born at Harlem Hospital in New York City in 1923, a long time ago. Everyone in Spanish Harlem called him Ernestito, or Tito for short. Not only was Tito Puente considered the king of the mambo and the godfather of salsa, but he was at the center of the Latin jazz explosion. His musical career spanned half a century and crossed both musical and national borders. During his lifetime, Tito Puente recorded 118 albums and won 5 Grammys, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He collaborated with the most famous Latin musicians of the 20th century. Now, including Machito, Santana, Willie Bobo, Gloria Estefan, La Lupe, and especially Celia Cruz. Tito founded the Tito Puente Educational Foundation, which offers scholarships to students to study music at the Juilliard School of Music. A scholarship is a thing you get that helps pay to go to school. Like you could earn a scholarship if you play sports or if you want to do certain things. There are scholarships available to you to help pay for expensive schools, because if you go to an expensive school, the belief is, that you'll get a better job afterwards. But remember, you got to go to college no matter what. He wanted to inspire other young musicians to pursue their dreams. And here it is. This side's in Spanish, so what I just read you over here. But look at this little flag down here. I wanted to point that out. You see that little flag? That's the flag of Puerto Rico. So I'm assuming that Tito Puente was Puerto Riqueño, also called Boricua, a person from the island of Puerto Rico, which is not far from Cuba, but it's a U.S. protectorate. The island of Puerto Rico, like, how can I put this, is sort of part of the United States in a way. The people who live there are, how I don't know. They're it's a protectorate. We were extra special friends with Puerto Ricans, and so anyway, there's all kinds of wonderful things. And let me see what this last page is. Oh my God, it's not done yet. It says here, follow this simple rumba beat. Tum tika tak tik, tum tika tom tom, tum tika tak tik, tum tika tom tom, tum tika tak tik, tum tika tom tom. This is traditionally played with three instruments: the bongos, the congas, and the timbales, of course. Okay? So here is a picture of, I can't see it, timbales. These little small ones you put in your lap are called bongos. There's the trumpet, and then there's a maracas. The snake's got a maracas. And then this guy is playing congas. They're taller and they're bigger. Timbales are on a stand, and bongos you can play in your lap. They're smaller. Okay, so we finished the book. It's almost time to hear some Tito Puente music, but before, this is the dust cover. This is the cover that went on the book. And there's an award on, he won the Puro Belpre award. And the reason why I have this, and I'm going to have to get my glasses on because the writing's real tiny here. There are some notes I wanted to read to you. It says, from musical prodigy on the streets of Harlem to five-time Grammy Award winner, Tito's life was full of rhythm. Drums and claves, saxophones, and tamborines were all part of the fun. And it shows a picture here of the lady who wrote it, and here's the man who drew those wonderful pictures. Her name is Monica Brown, and she's the author, and Rafael Lopez is the illustrator or artist. All right, you guys, are you ready for this? I am going to play you some Tito Puente music. Not for very long, though. Where is it? Hang on. Here we go. I hope you can hear this. Hear that? Tick tock, tick tock. It's just what I sung to you a minute ago. Here he goes. There he is. All right, here we go. Wait, I gotta show you this picture. Where is it? You're gonna hear him playing. Here he is. You may have heard this song. Oye, ¿cómo va? De ritmo. That guy's whistling now. So this is one of my favorite books, guys. So thanks for watching. And thanks for listening. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And I'll see you on Friday for our last class meeting. Have a good rest of the week. Good luck with your work. Get your assignments done in Google Classroom. Bye.